Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. Looks like my signal is not very strong. Hmm, let's see. I'm trying to tell if we are actually live. If you are joining me, I would love it if you would let me know you're here. And let me grab one more thing because I've got a lot to show you. So hang on just a second. There we are. Okay, thank y'all for letting me know you're here. Yeah. Hello, Diane. Hey, Sherry, Cindy, Deborah. So glad y'all are here. Um, we've been busy beavers around this place, and I want to show you what I'm working on and tell you about it. Hello, MK and Debbie. How are y'all doing? Let me know how you're doing. Are you glad it's Friday? Are you glad? Do you have big plans going on? Hey, Cassie. I replied, I don't know if you saw it or not, but I replied to your message. Hello, Pamela and Karen. We've got a good group coming in here. I'm excited. Okay. So, let me say this so I don't forget. Jan, I've missed seeing you. I hope y'all are okay. Hope you're doing well. Hope Honey Bun's doing well. Hey, Sandy. Good, Sherry. I hope you're going to post pictures of it. Sherry's working on her floral wreath. That's our February project for Creative Heart Studio. I think that's probably one of my, I don't know. I think I probably say that about all of them, but I really like that project. I really had fun making that project and the boxes. I um I changed my mind at the last minute, but I was going to do something else with this and cover another box, but realized I need to finish my background, so I thought y'all might want to see that too. So I changed my mind at the last minute. So, but I'm glad y'all are here. Glad you're here. Um That's awesome. That's fantastic, MK. So MK's church does something special for the women who are widows, and I love that. I don't remember which day it was that we were getting together and we were talking about Valentine's Day, and just a reminder, that for so many people, um, it's a really hard season, especially for the ones who are widows, who have lost someone. Maybe they're unmarried. There's so many reasons why this time of year, February, the whole month, when everybody's talking about Valentine's, for some people it's painful. So I just want to challenge y'all to look around, to be attentive to the people who are around you. And I think that if you ask the Lord, He will show you. He'll point them out to you, people who might need an extra hug, who might need just a reminder that they're loved. And y'all think about this, that our verse for this month is 1 John 4:19. We love because He first loved us. He loved us first. He was the first one to love you before your mother even knew you were in her body. He loved you. That's so powerful to think about. He saw you, He knew you, and He loved you. And He already had a good plan for you. So we need to revisit that over and over and over again. And when we're not revisiting it for ourselves, we need to remind other people that this is a hard world to live in. There's so much chaos. There's so much dissension and separation, and it's just a lot. So we need to stick together, y'all. And we need to remind each other, yes, that we are not forgotten. We are not forgotten. So ask Him to show you, who is it that's in your path that needs a hug, that needs to be reminded that they're loved. And I will go ahead and tell y'all, today's Friday. I think it was yesterday. A big old bunch of encouragement just got shipped out with those reminders. The encouragement boxes went out, and they're the ones that's got the our theme verse, the John 1 John 4:19. It's got the stickers in there. I don't think I got my sticker. I like to put stickers on my bottles, my water bottles. It's got 2 stickers. Everything in there is keep one, share one, pass it around. But they are en route to y'all now so that y'all can get those. We were trying to get them out as quick as we could. Let's see. More. I see Pam Sterling has come in. Sandy, let Adrienne know that so it should be in the hub. Is it the videos you're missing? Is that what you're missing? If you'll send an email to hello@pamcoxwelldesigns.com, Adrienne will be able to help you. Y'all, we have had so much sickness going on around here. It is it's been tough, but Adrienne has been sick now and she's feeling better. Hey, Barbara, I was thinking about you last night. I hadn't seen your name popping up, so I'm glad you're here. Hope you're okay. I for real was thinking about you last night. Hey, Holly, glad to see you. Deborah, I've missed you. I hope you're feeling okay. And I'm probably going to ask you again because I can't remember, when is your surgery? I know it got moved, but I can't remember when it was moved to. Sherry's getting ready to paint her boxes next. Good. Deborah's here and shining bright. Karen's here. Awesome. Okay. And Cassie, so let me just say this, y'all. I'm afraid I'm going to forget if I don't. Hey, Johnette. So 2 things. We started our February flash. So each Friday in February, we've got a flash. February Friday flash. That's a tongue tire. This Friday, today, our flash is free shipping all weekend. So I wanted y'all to know that before I forget, because and for those who don't know, we try and charge as close to the actual shipping as possible. And I know that it might seem, so most of the time it's around $9 for shipping. And that's pretty much what it costs. I'm not making money off of our shipping. A lot of times we don't have enough to cover the ship, but it works out, it balances out. But this weekend we're doing free shipping. So shop and enjoy it. Hey, Janet, I'm glad to see you here. So that's one thing I wanted to tell you. Today's the first Friday flash for February, and it's free shipping. That's a tongue tire. Second thing is, I have my Jingle Mingle project, and it's 2 parts. It's dimensional. I'm doing a little bit of engineering on my Velcro. I do not have this perfected yet, but I'm very close. So I wanted to do a project that would be interchangeable, that would work with some of the things that I've already done, and it could be changed out for the season. So you absolutely can, Holly. So Holly asked, could you use the members discount? Absolutely. Be sure and use your Creative Hearts members discount. So I made this so that you can take it off, and then we will have a summer window, and then a fall window, and then a winter window. What do y'all think? I'm super excited about it. So the book pages that are on here, and there's sewing pattern. I love sewing pattern pieces. So I made the collage with that. Sewing patterns, old hymn book pages, and look, these, what do you call these little, I'm losing my mind. The little, what are those little bars called? You know, each little line of lyrics worked out to look like blocks. So this is a wall. Pretend like this is your house. It's inspired by vintage Tuscany kind of the old buildings that have the bricks. Some bricks are exposed, cobblestone. That's what we're trying to create. So this is like the wall, the exterior wall of the house. And then this is one of the windows. And this is what's changeable. So we're going to be making the background piece neutral. So I've got some little bricks in there, and I've got another piece that I'm going to show you. I originally started this out to be on a larger piece. This was originally going to be, I think this is, what size is this? I think it's 12 by 12. And it was a little bit big. So I shifted down. So if you get the kit, it's a 9 by 12. Hey, Wendy. I'm glad you love it, Diane. So this is 12 by 12. And this was originally how I was going to do it. Let me see if I don't have the Velcro on this piece. And I have these pieces. So if you do want it larger, you can order. I've got this wood. You can order it. But see, I started building it with the cobblestones and the bricks and these little pieces here. And then there's some more bricks down here at the bottom. I was just afraid it was too big. So I changed the background size. Tony McGee, I'm so glad you're here. And Wendy. So now it's this size. So I got to do a little bit more work on the background because I really love the way this looks over here. And this is like just some brown, like if you have paper bag sack, do you see her? You're on Facebook. If you had a paper bag, you could tear off little pieces and apply it there to look like the stone, cobblestone or whatever. So I'm going to circle back to this and I'm going to show you a little bit more about it. But the goal is, whichever size, this is what we're putting in the kit, the 9 by 12. And it's flat. It's a canvas board. And we're using mixed media. That's Emma, Sherry. They're both so, all three of them are funny. You'll probably never see Rico. He's the most anxious little old man I've ever seen. He's little bitty. He's about 6 or 7 pounds, but he bosses everybody else around. All right. So once I get the Velcro figured out, this is going to be able to pop off and you can put a new window on. So this is little wood pieces that I'm calling them risers. We're going to include that in the kit. Who was it? Marla was asking what else would she need in addition to the kit. So we're going to include the little risers, but you will need to get your own Velcro. And we do have a supply list. We have a supply list for y'all. Yep, Deborah, Amazon packaging works really good for that too. Yes. So Velcro, you would need Velcro. You're going to need the glue that you want to use. So I'm using the same things that I normally do with that though. Like I'm using the Pritt glue to glue my stuff down. I'm also using some Fabri-Tac glue. What else did I use? That's basically what I used for these pieces. Because this is old vintage book pages. So the books are, I'm not for sure, but I think at least the 50s. So they're old. They're old pages, which is great for watercolor. So this is watercolor. So I applied my book pages so that I did not have adhesive on the top, so that those pages are old and they kind of soak up the watercolor and it makes a fun effect. And then this piece, all right, so this is wood, and I think this is 8x8. So this piece right here, the artwork part of it, this is a traceable. So you will be able to download the traceable, print it out, or if you get the kit, we'll have it already printed out for you, but it's printed out onto regular copy paper. So you can transfer the design over onto watercolor paper or illustration paper, something a little bit heavier. Then we'll paint this with our watercolor palette. And I've already got the colors together for you. I've got a new one to try. It's called Tiger's Eye. E-I-E-Y-E. Tiger's Eye. Lunar Violet. We're going to be using that in here to do some of the shading in the curtains. But I wanted to do this so that you could, like, I've got it figured out. I've got the palette put together, but if you wanted your shutters to be yellow, you could easily do that. Or if you wanted your shutters to be purple or lavender, whatever, you can customize this the way you want to. I just tried to make it a neutral spring. And then I've already got the ideas for the summer one to incorporate some patriotic into it, and then the fall. So this will be a fun thing that we can create each season and change it out because of the magic of Velcro. So that's the plan with that. So you're going to get this in the kit. Whatever you want your watercolor painting to be on, you would provide that yourself, your paper. And I did something different with this one, and I'll show y'all about it. But after I painted it, I used Pritt glue stick to glue mine down. Then I went over it to make sure there was no bubbles or anything. Once I knew it was dry, I sealed this with something different. You can absolutely seal it with an acrylic sealer. Like, I always like to use Krylon's sealers. You can absolutely do that, and that's what I normally do. But I had seen a cold wax method, and maybe some of y'all have done that before, but that's what I use to seal this. And I love the way it feels. It almost feels like leather. So I did not have time, but as soon as I get some of these things turned in that I need to get turned in, I'm going to try resin on this and see how it works with that cold wax. So another experiment for us. So this is ready now. I think I added the link to the top. Let's see. I think I did. Yep. Y'all see that? If you go to the website and you go to, it's on the home page. It's right there on the home page. You'll be able to see this kit and you can place an order. So if you are a Creative Hearts member, be sure and use your exclusive discount, and that you can save 15% off. And then this Friday through Sunday is our Friday Flash, which is free shipping. All right, so the next thing I want to show you before I get too far off track, I did not plan it this way, but this is the spring church that I did last year for Jingle Mingle. And whenever I had this down there taking the pictures, I thought, I think this might coordinate. And look, they work together. Isn't that cool? So this is the spring church. We still have a few of these kits left. If y'all are new to me and you haven't been around long, if you want to make your own little spring display, all of this coordinates together. So I was pretty excited about it, and I was trying to make it coordinate with the door because there's lots of symbolism in this. He is the door. Um, I kept thinking about the windows, him opening up the windows of heaven and blessings for us. So lots of symbolism in there. Good, Deborah. Well, it should all coordinate together. How about that? All right, so that's the little story with this. I'm going to circle back and get my thing set up so I can show y'all how I'm doing these bricks. I got a Valentine in the mail. I don't know if she's watching. Sue Bruner. Look at what she made. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. Birds of a feather. See the peacock and the little red bird and the cat. And then she's got a poem on the back. So I opened it up and look, she's got a feather in there. It was just super sweet. So thank you, Sue. Thank you. I love it. I love it. Okay. I know it. She's so creative. Thank you, Sue. All right. So y'all, let me show you what I'm doing. Let me get this moved over because I want you to be able to see it. And I thought if you went ahead and saw this, then you could start collecting a few things that you might want to use for yours. It would probably help if I plug it in. Hang on. I feel like lately I've just been running. I will give y'all an update while I'm getting this plugged in. My mom is on track to be released to go home next Thursday. If everything goes okay, she'll get to go home next Thursday. So I want y'all to know that. Y'all have been so good to pray for her and for me. So I appreciate it. Okay. In the words of my mom, getting old is not for sissies. That's what she says. Yep. It's not for sissies. All right. Let's see if that's going to stand up. Hey, Adrienne, I was just talking about you. We don't even live in the same state, but I feel like we're passing germs back and forth. We can't keep everybody well lately. All right, here we go. All right, let's see. All right, so what I'm wanting to do is I really, really love the way this was all working out, but I felt like I needed to change it a little bit to have a smaller option. So let's see if I can get this so you can see it better. I want you to be able to see both if possible. Now, so this is the size that's going to be in the kit for the spring window. I thought of one more thing. If I'll come back around to this, but I want to say it so that I don't forget. I'm working on February 28th, which is the last Friday in this month, of doing a basic lettering class here on site in person on February 28th. So y'all help me remember to tell you about it. All right, so this is 12 by 12 square. I'm not going to be using this. I swapped it to move down to the smaller size, but I really want to add, I'm glad you did. I want to add some of this to here, and I wanted to show y'all how easy it is. So let me move it this direction. Maybe that will help you see it better. All right, and I've got my watercolor dots. I've got some a cup of water. And where is there's my paintbrush. This is a round number 8. My daughter gave me this set. Look at this. They're travel. I've really enjoyed this brush. I I cannot even pronounce the name of this brand is Fuumuui. I think it's an I on the end, but look how it works. So I've got that. I've got a paper towel. So I'm going to try and pull some of this stuff from this one over here. So I do need to grab one more bit of paper. So hang on just a second, y'all. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Okay. So what I wanted to do is I want this back piece. I'm calling this the house. This is the wall of the house. I want it to be really neutral so that whenever we do Christmas, it works with it. Whenever we do a fall window, it still works. And I found just a neutral color. And this is just some scrapbook paper. So all I'm doing is I'm just tearing it and see how it's got that white edge around it. I'm going to put that face up because I feel like that gives it the look of like grout or mortar. So I looked online. I think I was on Pinterest, and you can look up like Tuscany old doors, old windows, and find some inspiration photos to kind of see how they do the blocks and the bricks around the doors and the windows. I've just always loved doors. And you know, if you took part in the open house, we did this door for our project. So this window is to coordinate. I wanted it to coordinate with our door. And you could even arrange this so that it can be a holder for some scripture verses even. All right, so I've got 3 right there. I like to do things in 3s. So I'm going to do 3 more. And this time I want to do the other 3 over on this side. So they are coordinated, you know. Checking for comments. Yes, not for wimps, is it, Deborah? You know, I thought as you get older, things get easier, but I think we get tested even more. And I think that's just part of the refining process, the sanctification, the refining. He's burning away those impurities and preparing us to live for eternity with him. So see how I've kind of got them at an angle. All right, so even these little bits, I'm saving these little bits because I know that this color will coordinate with any of these projects that I'm doing. All right, so there's those little blocks. And then I've also got some of just this, I don't know what this kind of paper is called. It's just brown paper. And I can put a few of those in here. And then I want to show you how I did the bricks, because those were a lot of fun. And see, with this style, it's not a new house, it's an old house. So I don't want it to be perfect. This one's really hard to tear. Okay, so I want to do one more. I just like doing things in 3s. Anybody have questions about this? Looking to see if we've got any. Okay, so there I've got those 3. Now I really like how this arrow is and that line. So I'm going to try and that's awesome. And that's absolutely awesome what she just said. It's a process of becoming resilient. We bend but don't break because he holds us. I love that. I love that. You have so much wisdom, MK. You really do. I love hearing from y'all. Okay, so do y'all kind of see what I've got going here? So what I'm going to do is I'm still going to try really hard to keep the adhesive on the underside. I don't want to put adhesive on the top because I might want to watercolor around it. And let me see what I've got right here. Let's see if I can do it on this. So I'm just going to use this. I'd rather use my wax paper, but I don't want to have to get up and go to that other table to get it. So I'm just going to do with this Prit. I like using this because it holds really well, and you can even use fabric. I think that even some burlap would be pretty. Just different, you want different textures and different variations of color. It just is going to make yours unique. That's the word I'm trying to think of. I was drawing a blank there on my word. I think because I've got the red brick up here, that even some pink, a neutral pink paper would be pretty to do some blocks with also. What else would be something good to use for our stones, cobblestones, our bricks, blocks? Anybody else have ideas of what would be good? Deborah Owens had suggested the paper that comes in the Amazon packages. I'm going to use some sewing pattern paper. I think burlap would be good. There's so many things that have texture to it. And basically what I did is I did a search. I'll see if I can show y'all. I did a search for old doors, artwork with old doors. And so that is where I started off the Abide Door project, just with inspiration pictures. And then that led me to looking at windows, and most of them have just it's just weathered. It lines up perfectly, y'all, with the conversation about getting older. It's a process of becoming resilient, like MK said. It scuffs, it rub. It's like sandpaper. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Of sanding off the parts of us that are not of God. You know, for our benefit. He's doing it for our benefit. And I love that part about the resiliency. I'm going to put this one right here. Then I want to show you my little bricks. Anybody else got any advice for aging? What helps you deal with all the things? I mean, it's just, if you live long enough, it's going to happen to you. How do you keep a good attitude? All right, so you could also even use, you could build up even using the same type of paper. You could do that. I saved some of these little music note pages that I cut off, you know, because I thought I might use some of those also. You absolutely could, Barbara. So Barbara said, did we want to attach pieces, or could we use tinted texture medium and a palette knife or a stencil? Absolutely. You absolutely could. And I think that would look great. I think it would. With my Jingle Mingle project, I'm supposed to teach it in an hour. And I have a hard time getting something short. I really do. I have a hard time. All right, so let me show you the next part. Okay, so see how with that brown, I could leave it like that, but I'm just going to take my paintbrush, where'd I put it, and my water, and my paint dots, and I'm going to get a little bit of this brown. It's called Tiger's Eye. So I can hold it up. And I'm just gonna go around the edge of the paper. I'm gonna try and keep it just on the brown paper like that. And that just helps with that aged look. And with this style, you know, we want it to show the imperfections. We're full of imperfections, aren't we? We want to embrace the imperfections of this old house that has stood the test of time. It's still standing. Growing older means I'm getting closer to heaven. Yes, 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 yes. So this can be symbolic. You can do it. I mean, you can make this as symbolic as you want to. This house could represent your life, and you could really work through a lot of different things on here. Like some of the stones might be symbolic of a specific period in your life. Um, what else could you use for this? I'm going to get a little bit of this green, and I'm going to go around right in here just to add a little bit of depth to that paper. And I'm not, if you notice, I'm not putting a lot of water in here because, you know, I don't want, it's not watercolor paper. It's not going to absorb like watercolor paper, but it will take some of the water. It will, just because it's paper. And I don't think it's coated. So just that little bitty touch gives the illusion that it's a rounded stone. And that's just brown paper. So I'm using, it's called Rare Green Earth. It's a Daniel Smith green. It's a really pretty green. I'll show you. And you'll see that that's what it looks like. It's more of the bluish green. Oh, I missed a stone. Hang on. Let me show you this before I get to the bricks. All right, so I'm going to add a little bit more to that, a little bit up here. And I'm not painting over the entire cobblestone. I'm just doing that to just give that illusion that it's rounded or it's got dimension to it. You absolutely could use ink. Yes, you could ink it. Absolutely. You got some clay at the dollar store for crafting. Yeah, you could. There's so much potential with this project. So I'm just showing you a kind of simple way to do it, but you take the skills that you've been building on and you run with it. Make it yours. All right, so one of the things that's going to be in the kit is it's a scarlet neo color, and that's what I use to do the bricks. See some of these bricks right here. Mine is broken, but it still works. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wet it a little bit right here because I didn't get my saucer. Okay, so I'm just going to wet it right there. And all I did was I just kind of, I think I sketched this out with my brown pencil. And you're kind of, I don't want this to look like a new house. I want it to look aged and like it's seen a lot in its life. And it's withstood storms. It has withstood all kinds of trouble. It's withstood sunny days, rainy days, bad weather, good weather. So there's lots of variation in the color. Could you use mini crochet doilies and be okay with the that's a good question, Dan. Could you use mini crochet doilies for the stones? Is that what you mean for Johnette? Because I think you absolutely could, especially if you used the spray, you know, the Krylon spray. I would try it if I were you. Okay, so there's a few more bricks, and I did that with the red. So now what I'm gonna do, I use the red Neo color. Now I'm gonna get some of this quinacridone burnt orange. It's really pretty. And what I'll do is, I'm gonna turn it, I'm gonna blot my brush just to get excess water off. With painting on the old book pages like this, you're going to want to work in light layers, and you got to be patient with it and let a layer dry, and then you can do a little bit more to it. But I thought if you saw how this works, then that might give you some ideas for other ways you could use this technique, but it might also give you ideas ahead of time for how you might want to do yours. Any other questions with this? Okay. All right, so I feel like I need a brick right in here. So I kind of got off track with my pattern. Let me show you the other one first, real big. Oh, here it is. I really like the way I did this one better, and I probably am going to come back and do that to it. I used my brown Supra color pencil. I think it might have been umber. You could use a Stabilo pencil or a brown watercolor pencil. And I went ahead and drew some lines, horizontal lines going across. Then I came down and did these lines, and they're not perfect, but it kind of helped me stay on track doing it that way. And then this is scrapbook paper. I just cut them in the shape of little bricks. Isn't that pretty? And then down here at the bottom, I did it that way also. And I just basically, I put my red down, then I came back, I let that dry, then I came back and added that burnt orange. And see how it just, I don't know, it just creates a really neat illusion on something that would normally be thrown away. These are old books that were discarded, and I was able to get them and give them new life. Okay, can y'all kind of see that? Yeah, I would definitely try it, Johnette. Just test it if you have one that you could test it on, but I would think that it would work. Okay. All right, so let me see if anybody's got any questions. All right, so see how my paper is a little bit wobbly right in there? That's letting me know I need to let this rest, and then I can come back with my pencil, my water-soluble pencil, or even a Neocolor. I could use a Neocolor and just kind of deepen some areas to make some definition like this. It just really depends on how defined you want your bricks to look. But I mainly wanted y'all to go ahead and see this, to be thinking, and you can look at pictures. I wanted y'all to be able to take advantage of the free shipping this weekend for our February flash. And each Friday we'll have a new flash. All right, so that I kind of tidied up those bricks a little bit better. I just went about it backwards on this one. Ah, well, I'd be curious to know how that works, Deborah. I hope try it and let us know. Let us know how the duct tape works. All right, so see now I can come back, and where's my red? For the ones I want to be have a little bit more red. See, I'm just basically layering it, and that's the beauty of mixed media. You're just you just kinda go with it and you see what you've what that layer's doing is like, "Hmm, what else could I do with that layer?" And if I get this on there and it's too red, I can always go back over it with a wash, of brown or that orange. Okay, so now let me show you the other one. Let me smear that in first, though. Okay. When do y'all start putting out your spring decorations? I'm curious for those of you who decorate for spring. I just love this burnt orange color. I really love it. I think it pairs really nice with the red. Um, I like it. And when it all completely dries, I may still come back. Let's see. Okay, so that brought attention up here, but what I think it shows me is, let me see if I can do this so you can see the top and the bottom. I feel like I need a little bit of red down here because I've got so much up there, and I might even tone this down a little bit more with that burnt orange. It's all just personal preference. Okay, Johnette, after Valentine's, yep. I've got a little pink. Let's see what that pink would do. That helps tone it down. Oh, I like the pink. I like that. This is called shell pink. It's what you use on the flowers, but I like applying it up in here. It's a really, here it is. It's not a bright pink. It's just a really subtle pink. Washi tape would work. The homemade the washi tape that we made with the masking tape, that would work also. That would be really pretty. All right, so you'll see that. I'm just adding some pink in there to the bricks. Having a hard time not leaving this alone. It's just fascinating to me to see the paper and how it changes and shifts depending on what you add to it. All right. So what I'm going to do is put something down here in this, but see, this says, so I chose the song Sweet Hour of Prayer. So I'm kind of tempted to do it on this side because I don't really want to cover that up. So I'm going to do a little bit of pink. Do y'all know how to do that where you make the, I don't know what it's called, kind of like a grid? So I'm starting it with the translucent. Girl, I know it. I've got Brandy said she's going straight to summer. I get it because it is warm. I really do think it's a fake spring though, y'all. I think it's gonna get us off guard and then it's gonna hit again. All right, so now I'm gonna get a little bit of my red and I'm gonna touch it on that pink like that and add a little bit of red for some bricks down here at the bottom. Like this. You'll kind of see that. I'm doing it really translucent because I want to be able to see the words to this song. It says, in seasons of distress and grief, my soul has often found relief and oft escaped the tempter's snare by thy return, sweet hour of prayer. Isn't that wonderful? Sweet hour of prayer that calls me from a world of care and bids me at my Father's throne make all my wants and wishes known. Love it. So I wanted to make whatever I put down here to be really translucent because I don't want to lose those words. Snow. Deborah, I can't remember, are you in Tennessee or Virginia? I saw last night that parts of Tennessee got tornadoes, had some really bad weather. Okay, is this helpful, giving y'all some ideas? Let me know if this is helping. You could Barbara was asking about the texture. You could definitely do that, and I might do that for up here, cover up some of my bricks with the texture in Virginia. Goodness, y'all. Okay, so what time is it? All right, it's 5 till. Let me do one last thing. Okay, so here's my bricks. Let me grab something really fast. Okay, I'm just going to use a little bitty bit of this gloss gel. No, I'm not. Oh my goodness gracious alive. That's the one that's hard and I don't throw it away. Oh my goodness. Let's try this again. And guess what I'm about to do? I'm about to throw this away. Do you know how many times I've opened that? And it's like, that's not working. This is the heavy gel. And see, this is the one that's kind of like Meemaw's cold cream. Oh, Amanda's supposed to be getting it tonight in Wisconsin. It's probably 70 something degrees. Brandy, if you're still here, how hot is it? I mean, it's warm. So this is what Deborah, oh my goodness, Barbara was talking about. Something like this would give you the stucco feel of what some of those old world homes look like. It's just where it's kind of rubbed off. And you could add color to that paint. That's the beauty of these mediums. This one dries clear, so you would need to add a little bit of white to it, but I wanted you to see how thick that is, and it's going to give texture. And you know what? It would also work as a sealer. It could absolutely work as a sealer. So there's so much that we can do with this. And I don't remember if I gave you all the dates or not, but it's March 6th and 7th. March 6th and 7th. And we've got the free shipping through Sunday. Free shipping through Sunday, which will save you, depending on what you order, it could save you. And the kits are ready. Yesterday we hit 80 in North Texas and broke a 100-year record. Wow. It's so weird, isn't it? But I know it happens like this all the time where we have really, really cold and then it gets warm. But I'm just afraid my stuff is going to start blooming and then we'll have a cold. But anybody have any questions? Let me know. I would love it so we did our first Creative Hearts kit this past month, February. We did the Abide wreath, and we made a kit for that. I would love it if y'all ordered the kit. If you could let me know, um, you can do it in the group or under these comments if it was helpful to have the kit, because I want to include what is helpful to you. And it's likely that I'll alternate. And so, like, one month I might offer mixed media and another month offer lettering, but just trying to find out what's helpful for y'all because I want it to serve you and be helpful to you. So y'all let me know. And if you're within driving distance on February 28th, I'm going to open up in our warehouse, set up the tables, and do a basic lettering and scripture journaling class here on site. Oh, Wendy, congratulations. Is she your first? Aubrey, is it Aubrey Kate? That's so pretty. Our Yesterday our family welcomed our new baby girl. Love it. I love that name. Love it. Congratulations. All right, y'all. I think I told you everything I was supposed to say. I hope so. But so dates to think about is February 28th if you're within driving distance and you want to come here and do an on-site lettering class. Jingle Mingle is the 6th and the 7th. Free shipping is this weekend. I think I told you everything, and the kits are now available. All right. Thank y'all for being here with me. I hope you have a fantastic weekend and that you're able to do some creative stuff. And y'all post your pictures. We are trying to get back on track with our student of the week, choosing a student of the month, and they get a prize for submitting their work. So we had our first winner, and I was trying to remember who it was. I cannot remember. All right, y'all. Have a good weekend, and I look forward to seeing y'all soon. Bye bye.